Today on Project Rani, we clean some rust. Hey guys, welcome to Phat Rides, and today we're going to continue on with Project Rani, my '89 Ford Mustang GT Convertible. Today we're going to try to clean some of the surface rust off the pans inside the car. Now this isn't very difficult to do, and something you could tackle at home. We're going to use some basic equipment, basically a drill, with this abrasive wheel attachment to it. Now I'm pretty lucky, I don't have that much rust. Again, it's all surface, so this shouldn't take too long. So let's get started. So the equipment that I'll be using is this drill, which is a Bosch drill. You can pick these up at any consumer store. On there is an abrasive wheel, and it looks something like this. Now I got two sizes. This one's a 3-inch and this one's a 2-inch. This one I'll use to take most of the surface rust off, and this one I'm going to use to get into the nooks and crannies. Before we start any project, I always recommend that you disconnect the battery, wear safety glasses, protect your hands, and also important, protect your ears. Alright, let's do this. Now, although the grinding was pretty easy to do, it did take a while, especially with a power drill with batteries, because the batteries kept dying. Now I was very fortunate that I had multiple batteries. It's per charge. Now this wire abrasive brush that I got is absolutely brilliant. As you can see, it's totally taken out the rust right on the surface. Again, this is a slow process and it takes time. And you just got to work the metal to the best of your ability. Between the two brushes that I got, the 3-inch and the 2-inch sizes, I was able to clean both sides of the pan without any issues. Now there's no real trick or technique to this. You just got to get in there with your power drill and wire brush and just start attacking that rust like no tomorrow. I did find that you did have to put some significant pressure on the drill. That way you can get into those hard to reach places on the pan, especially in those corners. Although the power drill is a great tool, I do recommend having a grinder or going out to purchase a grinder, because you'll get the job done a lot quicker and way more efficiently. And that's something that I will definitely do in the future for my next project. Now it's a good idea to constantly vacuum so you can see what you're doing. This rust kicks up a lot of dust, and you need to keep the area clean of where you're actually grinding. As I've previously stated, this was not a 5-minute job. This took me about 3.5 to 4 hours to complete. And believe me, when I was done with it, I was absolutely shattered because this was a lot of work. I'm extremely happy with the end result, and I saved tons of money by doing this myself. Alright guys, it took me 2 days, but finally got all the grinding done. Now it's time for the next step. Now the next step is to prepare the floor for the sealer, and of course, get the sound deadening material in. That way I can run all the wires for my stereo. So to prep for the actual sealer, I'll be using a typical wax and grease remover they can pick up from any hardware store and any auto supply store. I picked up a bigger one because I got another car I'll be prepping as well, so it'll probably come in handy. The sealer I'll be using on Rani is the Rust Check Rust Converter. Now this paint was highly recommended to me by my friends who work in the auto body trade, and was recommended to me by the person at the auto supply store where I bought this from. So I'm going to go over their expertise and recommendation. That's what I'm going to put on my car. Alright guys, let's get to work. First things first, let's vacuum all that junk out. Before we can apply the sealer to the rust, we need to thoroughly clean the floor pans. Again, you need to bring out the vacuum and clean the area as well as you can. The next step is to wipe down the area that you're going to put the sealer on with some wax and grease remover. I highly recommend that you buy or roll those blue shop cloths. I put the wax and grease remover onto the shop cloth, then I use that to wipe down the floor pans. Once you've let the wax and grease remover dry, which doesn't take very long, you're now able to apply the sealer right to the floor pans. Now the trick to applying the sealer is to use nice even strokes side to side. That way you get even coverage. Because I have a small garage, there's some tight spaces where I had to work with. But in those cases I had to stick to a front to back motion, but have even strokes. That way I could get the coverage that I needed. You know when you're finished when your pans are going to have a really glossy look to it. And that glossy look is going to look even. Again, the key is to get even coverage throughout the whole area that you're trying to fix. Now, I was able to get 3 coats on each side with that one can. Alright guys, so that worked out really well. That paint went on really smooth. Now it's just a matter of it letting it to dry. So I took you from start to finish how to clean up your rust and get it to the point where you can do whatever you want now. Now I could paint this white like the original color of the car, but I'm actually going to leave it because I'm going to be putting down some sound deadening material, which I'll be showing you in another video. My 89 Mustang Project Rani is still a work in progress, but like I said, I'm going to take you along with the journey. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel to always stay up to date with the latest greatest information. I'm your boy Elmer from Phat Rides. And remember, this channel is about cool people that drive their cool cars.